All right. Hi, and welcome back to Spine and Rehab Specialists for another Wellness Wednesday. I'm Earl Hayden, one of the physical therapists here, and again, joined by Chris. We're going to go over 5 different exercises you can do if you think you might have had a labral tear or a sprain in your shoulder. Okay. So the first thing you want to do when you have this kind of injury, you want to probably avoid a lot of heavy lifting through the arm because you want to focus more on creating stability in that joint. So the first exercise we're going to go back to is the trusty bird dog or quadruped. So we're going to start with just lifting up the non-injured side. So the injured side is down, pushing down into the table or the mat and lifting up the other side. You want to make sure you get a nice push, really push through that chest. And then you can do anywhere between 10 to 20 repetitions of that. Do a 1 to 5 second hold, okay? And if that's feeling a lot easier, you could definitely do a whole standard bird dog. We're lifting up the opposite leg as well. So you want to make sure you're still keeping the core nice and strong too. And again, 10 to 20 repetitions with a 5 second hold should be good. Okay. So once you feel really confident with that bird dog exercise, you can step that up by even doing this on a Swiss ball. Okay, we're using a small one. These are really handy to have, or you can just use a regular exercise ball if you have one. So Chris is going to be right here. He's going to plant hard through that injured side, and then he's just going to lift up the opposite arm. Okay, and again, just keeping the core nice and tight. If this feels pretty good, another good thing to do is work in some kind of push-up progressions as well. So he's going to do a push-up here. So the ball kind of shaking around creates a little bit of instability, but it also helps to recruit a lot more of those rotator cuff muscles to provide that stability in the joint. Okay. Next one is next exercise we're going to show is a staple that we've shown plenty of times is the good side lying external rotation. Again, good if you've had a rotator cuff tear, or now also good for a labral tear. So again, you're lying on your side, elbows tucked in there, making a nice tight fist, and just rotating that arm up just about parallel to the table. Anywhere between 10 to 15 repetitions, maybe like 2 to 3 sets of that should be good. You don't need a lot of weight with this exercise. If your hand is pretty easy, you need more load, I'm happy if you can do this with even up to like 5 pounds. If you do more, great, good for you. But it doesn't take a lot for this exercise. You just want to get the nice good burn in that shoulder. Right. Now, next thing you want to make sure is after you have this type of injury, you want to make sure your body can handle carrying a load. Make sure that you have good stability in the joint again. So one way to reintroduce that is also doing a simple suitcase carry. So here Chris has a kettlebell. He's just holding that right by his side, holding it nice and tight, keeping the shoulders back. And he can just stand there or he can walk around. And this makes a nice little dynamic exercise, also good core strengthening drill. And we're using a short space today, but you can do this for anywhere between like 10 to even like up to 50 feet. Just kind of do multiple laps of that. As long as it feels good on the shoulder, you shouldn't feel any instability. You shouldn't feel like something wants to come out of the joint. You should just feel the muscles working. All right. And the last ones we're going to show you is just basically you're going from either a kettlebell up walk or a full wader walk. So the kettlebell up walk, we have the bell on the up side, and then we're just walking. We have the shoulder bent to about 90 degrees, elbows at 90 degrees as well, and you're just going back and forth, again gripping that handle tight, keeping the good posture. If that feels comfortable, if you're not having any problems, no feelings of instability in the shoulder, then you can do the full wader walk. Again, keeping everything nice and tight grip on the handle. And this is just to ensure that, one, we have good stability in the joint and really challenging those muscles and making sure they're not getting anything weird, no feelings of instability, popping, locking, anything like that in the joint. All right, so those are 5 different exercise sequences you can do if you've had a labral tear or sprain. So give those exercises a try and see how it goes. If you're still having problems, then maybe it's time to come see one of our physical therapists. One of the things we could definitely do is a musculoskeletal ultrasound, so we can take a closer look at that shoulder and see how things are changing while that joint is moving through all this stuff. So join us tomorrow as well for our Thirsty for Knowledge Thursdays, where Harry's going to go over shoulder labral tears in more detail on what they are, how they happen, and how we can help you with those here at Spine and Rehab Specialists.